Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. So I thought we'd do another picture in Small Victories. It's been, I think, 8 days since I did a video, and I'll tell you all about why when we get going. So I haven't chosen this because it's an easy, quick page to bring you. I've chosen it because I really fancy colouring it, and I wanted to try doing opposites on my colour wheel. And see how they turn out, and I think this page that I've chosen will be really good to try that with. So I have chosen to do the Two Dragons page. I hope you haven't already done it. I know I'm a bit behind with this book. We've only coloured this one. We did that as a colour along together on the channel, but I really fancied seeing how yeah, the two opposites would work. Seeing as we've got the dragon and then we've got all the pattern on top, I thought it would be a good opportunity to try that. So I've planned this little fella at the bottom, or I've planned one of them, but I see this one with the colours that I've chosen, and I am going for, if we look at my colour wheel, I'm going for blue-green, and then opposite is red-orange, if you can see that. So directly opposite, and they're supposed to complement each other. So we're going to have a go at that. And then we can do the same for the top one, if I get that far, if it works and I haven't fluffed the page up. So I'm going to be using my Polychromos today, and I'll just stick with Polychromos. Sometimes I bring a white Prisma in, but other than that, we'll just stick to polys today. I've been doing a lot of pages where I've mixed up my pencils, and I've really enjoyed it. But I don't know how you guys would feel about that. You know, it's difficult if you're trying to follow a video along and I bring out a myriad of pencils, for example. So, for this snaky type fellow, for his body, I thought we would do these turquoise colours, and then we can bring in the red, brown, reddy brown type colours. So, in order of dark to light, I have got Payne's Grey, that's going to be for our deepening up our shadows, Halio Turquoise, Cobalt Turquoise, and the light Phthalo Blue. So we just have to pray this works. Or I have to pray it works. Okay, so I'm going to go in with my lightest colour first, the light Phthalo Blue. And I'm just going to do this little fella in little sections and try and really just sort of enjoy him. So I'm just going to go in with our light colour first. And this paper seems to really enjoy the Polychromos and Artex. I love colouring with my Artex in Jiohanna's books. So I've got a few new supplies, and I'll tell you all about it. I've sort of gone about it the wrong way, but the reason why I haven't filmed is I've had a mouthful of ulcers again. My tongue is all swollen still. Yeah, it's been very, very painful to talk and to eat and whatever else, but it's getting better now. I've just got one left on right on the tip of my tongue, and it's still very swollen. I have made a doctor's appointment because they keep repeating, they just won't go away. So, and I know a lovely subscriber said it could be a vitamin, I think it was B, she said, deficiency. So I will get it checked. Yeah, so let me tell you, on top of that, going to work and sounding like, I don't know what I sounded like, a gargoyle. My car, as you know, was in the garage before Christmas. Yeah, well, the car is still at the garage. So the ABS pump had gone on my car. So they took it in, and there was a lot. That wasn't just the only thing. There was quite a few things that had gone on the car. But they took it in before Christmas and said, did the MOT. Obviously it failed. And said they could fix it and blah, 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 the usual. And that it would be the lovely grand total of £1,000 to fix it. And that sounds like a lot of money, but the second-hand market in the UK at the moment is just horrendous. And sorry, I'm just going to get a sip of drink. And so it's better to fix it. It's a very old car. 2004, I think it is. And yeah, so they said they could fix it. What actually has happened is the pump has gone and they can't replace it. Or they could, but we'd be talking about near on £2,000 just for the pump. So it's like, no, I'm not going to pay £2,000 just to just for that, and then the rest of the work that needs doing. So I've been looking for a car. Let's go in with the next colour and see what happens. So this is cobalt turquoise, and I think because the plants are coming down this way, we'll make it deeper underneath them instead of coming up from his belly, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to sharpen it. It's got quite a blunt end. So what happens was we were merrily going along our way with thinking that the car was being fixed. You know, I wasn't merrily going on my way, but I was managing to get to work. My lovely dad was helping out, bless his heart. So this is cobalt turquoise. I'm going to work down the list. So this is our next lightest colour. My husband had a little tiny bit of money, not much, come in. And so he brought me a new pencil set, which is very exciting. And I've got some books and some Tooly art pens. And I can show you if you want. It's not a massive haul. It's like 2 books, some pencils, and the Tooly art pens. I can show you if you'd like me to. On another video, you'll have to let me know. And then, of course, this thing came in with the car. So we've got these lovely art supplies and no car. There we are. And not that what we spent on those would have made much difference. Just going back in with that cobalt, the light one. Okay, and then I'm just trying this in a patch. So I'm now going into the Halio turquoise, and we'll put that in, but not bring it out as far as our last turquoise. So we're just going to deepen up underneath those leaves. Let's see what happens. And then I got ill. Oh, yeah, because I'd been off work for a while, I expected to catch everything under the sun going. We'll go back through our colours, so that cobalt turquoise. And I'm missing out all those little leaves. And then, on top of that, the poor husband has got COVID. So we've had a lovely time. It's been splendid. But we're still laughing, folks, and I'm still colouring. I've still been sat up here doing colouring. Okay, so I've got my white Prisma, and I'm just going to lighten up that. I've gone too dark there, so I'm just going to use my white Prisma to lighten that up. Just a tad. Because I want that definition between the two colours. So this is cobalt turquoise, so I'm just putting that lightly back in there. There we go. Okay, and then I'll dark back up in here. Okay, I like that. I think it's going to look cool. And then our very light colour. Let's get that in. And then what I've got is Payne's Grey, which has got a sort of bluey colour to it, just to put that in the very deepest areas. It's a really good colour for making dark shadows. And then that will make those leaves stand out. Teeny tiny spaces, but it's worth it. And then we can go back in with our darkest, which is the Halio turquoise. Just go back over that. Like that. There we go. And that is the vision I had for him. So we can keep going. I'm going to have to turn you round. So yeah, so I've explained my predicament quite quickly. I'm going to go from dark to light now because we've put in... No, I won't. I'll go from medium. So I'm going to do the light phthalo blue again and make sure we've got that colour in. And then I'll work my way up so that we keep the lightest of the colours in place. Yeah, so I've managed to tell you very quickly what was going on and going wrong. Okay, so cobalt turquoise now. And now I'll come down from the top to make sure those two blend. Aren't they beautiful colours? I did think about just doing a page just to music and putting on there, you know, that I couldn't speak to you, but I just didn't feel up to it. So yeah, I didn't choose this page just because it's a cop-out and it's an easy one. In fact, for me, Jiohanna's pages are quite hard. I find them quite challenging. I don't know why. I enjoy them, don't get me wrong, but I do find them quite challenging. It's the patterns that are in it. And then I'm like, well, how am I going to do that? Don't want to cover them up because that's Jiohanna's style. That's what we like about Jiohanna, but how do I incorporate them into the picture? So yeah, so it wasn't a cop-out. It's not an easy page for me. I'm just going through my colours and blending. Back in with that Helio Turquoise. Then, so our dark colour now. Bring that out. And I'd ummed and ahed about which picture to do, and this one really jumped out at me. And then I thought, well, do you know what? It'd be great just to sort of play with your really darks and your really lights on the opposite of the colour wheel and see how that works out. So this is our Payne's Grey now. I do use my colour wheel quite a lot for working out colours that go together and colours that don't, and you know, it is quite a lot of help when you look into it. I just got mine from Amazon. It's just a cheapo Amazon one. So I'll bring that cobalt turquoise down a bit more. Okay, that's going to look very stark at the moment, just because we haven't got anything else on the page, but it's going to look stunning, I think. Work back through my colours now. Isn't that gorgeous? Love it. So, I don't know that I need to sit and do the whole dragon with you, because I'll do his feet, because the whole thing is going to be done the same. So this bottom bit will be light all the way up here, all around his neck. We need to do his face. Let's do his face next. That might bring him to life a bit. Mind those little teeths. So how are you all? What have you been colouring? Yeah, like I said, because I've been not been able to speak properly. I've done quite a bit of colouring. I don't know how many pages I've done, about 7, I think. So I'm going to fill him right up, and then we'll work out the darks afterwards. Let's fill his face right up. And he's the back of his little nostril over there. Okay, so that's our light colour. Then if we go in with our cobalt turquoise, we can make sure that we don't lose... Oh, we can play quite a bit here, can't we? So I'm going to keep the top of his head light, I think. So if we go in here, around his mouth, this is our next to lightest colour. And we bring that up and make his little nostril dark. And we bring that up like that. Then we can put the other dark colours in. Back to our lightest. Okay. Right, now work our way up. So we'll take our Helio Turquoise. We'll bring that up. And on his nostril. Oh, that was lucky. I thought, oh my goodness, can they see? But you were only just in shot, and I'd done all of that. That would have been a nightmare. There we go. And then we're going to go back to our mid-tone, which is Cobalt Turquoise. Back over that, because that's such a pretty colour. Making sure we leave space for that. Light phthalo blue. Let's blend those together. Run out the lines there. And then we'll come in with our Payne's Grey. And we'll just slot that in. Bit at the edge of his nostril. And round where his mouth meets. So I'm just doing it lightly. There we go. And then back in with our darkest colour over that, which is Helio Turquoise. And that'll take off the grey and just make that colour look very dark. Oh, I love it. Love the colour. I hope it's coming across properly on camera. Okay, and then back to this bit. So we're going to fill this bit out. Oh, we were going to do his legs, weren't we? No, we haven't finished his face, Lucy. Oh, you can tell that the state I'm in, can't you? Okay, so for this bit, I'm going to do the dark at the bottom and come up light round his teeth. So this is Helio Turquoise, our darkest. So we'll put this in. Make that dark up round his jaw. Because that will make sense as we come up there, then there'll be a sort of, they'll look different. Okay, it's dark there. Next colour down. And I'll do light round his teeth, almost like they're shining bright and highlighting everything. And then our lightest colour in there. Oh, he's going to look so cool. Love it. Okay. And then our Payne's Grey. I've been using this quite a bit for shadows and things, and really enjoying doing it. Like finding colours that I can use as shadows, other than just grey, but I'm making like really deep areas. There. Yeah, gorgeous. Okay, top of his head now. So we're going to have to stay in line, keeping that bit light. So if I go back in with our lightest. Gosh, my book jiggles about a lot while I'm colouring. Right. So that's our lightest. Can meet there. And then let's do it darkest round here. So we come up from his jaw there with our darkest colour. Yeah. Like that. And then we'll just get lighter as we go up. Makes sense, doesn't it? Okay. Bring that up to meet around about there. And then go back in with our lightest. We'll have that round his eye, around the top of his head. Make sure they meet. And then bring our Payne's Grey in. A little bit around there. And then back over with our darkest colour. Love it. And then when we put the contrasting colour on there, it's just going to look gorgeous. Okay, let's do his feet. So in with our lightest. Now, I would say my rule of thumb is if it's underneath or behind something, that's where I'm going to put my shadows. So we've got both going on here on this leg. It's underneath and it's behind. So using that rule of thumb, let's come in with our darkest next and work out those shadows. So I think what we're going to do is make it dark here, because that's underneath his belly. And it also gives us that light divide line as well under there to separate the two. So I think we'll go dark there and here. Like that. Bring that out. And then as we come away from the other leg, got a smudge there. I'll be having that on my drawing book. As we come away from the other leg, we'll get lighter. So next tone down. I just sort of go back over the colour, the other colour we've put down, so that they blend nicely. And then our light colour. And then a bit of our Payne's Grey right up in those little areas. And then our darkest colour over the Payne's Grey to cover that grey. Okay, mid-tone. That was our light tone. Oh, goodness me, not with it at all. Okay. Let's go back over that Payne's Grey. Awesome. Okay. I'll take some time to blend these better, just so that there's a little bit more. Like that, off camera. So this foot, let's have a look at this foot. I am just going to concentrate on the leaves on this one. So we come in just a tad closer. I know I don't want to come in too close, because otherwise it makes everything blurry. But we'll just come in with our darkest, and we'll do just very carefully underneath those leaves, like that. Maybe the bottom of his foot there. And then work through our colours. So we'll get it there. And as you can see, my shaky hands. Sorry. And our light colour in there. And there. Yeah, as you can see, my shaky hands don't help me to stay within the lines today. Very annoying. Okay, and then a tiny bit, not too much, a tiny bit of Payne's Grey just up in those. Under those leaves, rather. And back over with our dark colour. Okay, here we go. Right, so we're going to know how to do the rest of the body, all this bit, so we're going to have to do the other legs together, I think. But I think we'll do those the same. So we'll go in with our lightest colour and fill that space up. Let me just get a sip of drink. It's fine, as long as I don't let it dry out. As soon as it gets like when you first wake up, this ulcer, oh my goodness, it's so painful. So as long as I have a drink next to me and keep sipping it, keep my mouth moist, I'm all right. But okay, let's go up here, fill these little gaps in. Look in there, they're going to have to be dark, aren't they? Okay, so with my rule of thumb, if it's underneath or behind, it's going to be dark, and this one is both. So we're going to go in. I'm going in with my darkest colour. Let's get those shadows in. I don't think there's going to be much that's not dark on that leg. You can just leave a little edge for our lightest, like that, just a little bit, and then we'll put our Payne's grey in. Back over with our darkest colour and blend those through. And then I'm just going to put that little streak, just make sure we get that little streak of the light colour, and then our mid-tone. That mid-tone gives us that bluey turquoise look, and it's lovely. Here we go. So that's a dark behind leg. And then we'll do this one. So that foot there is behind. So darkest colour first. So we're going to work out where the shadows are. And this one we can do it a little bit different, can't we? So just work my way through the colours there. This one doesn't need to be as dark, I don't think, there. Okay. Well, this is why I'm saying it was not a cop-out to do Jiohanna's pages, because actually take quite a lot of thought about what colours you're going to use and where they're going to go. And so there's no way I don't think I could colour a picture in 30 minutes. Maybe one of the little ones on the opposite page, but okay, right, this leg. So, right, let's go in with our dark. I'm going to make these very dark here. So that's my darkest colour. And in there. So basically the same as we've done the body now. And we'll make this bit light. I'm going to come in dark here. Careful around those leaves. Okay, let's bring in the next colour, our mid-tone. And I'm going to make sure I've got enough of that light, our light left. Put that in. Let's put that in so we don't lose it. Just there. Okay, and then underneath here we'll start with our dark. A little bit of dark in there. Yeah, we'll go round that little leaf and come out to the bottom of his foot. Next colour. I'll smush those in. There's a little bit of dark in there, in between those leaves. Okay, Payne's grey. So, a bit of dark there. And anywhere that those leaves are. In there. To make that dark. Around here. And down this bit of his leg. Okay. And then back in with our darkest colour. Just go over that Payne's grey. There. What do you think, folks? I think he's going to be gorgeous. I think he's going to be gorgeous. So, all I need to do, when I say all I need to do, is exactly as I showed you down here. We're going to keep the under part of his belly the lightest, and then make our darks in between those leaves. So I will go off and complete that, and we'll meet back up in a second. See you then. Okay, so here he is with his blue base, and we're going to go in now with our opposite colour, which is red, oranges, yellows, is what I'm doing. And I've got quite a few colours by the side of me, so I will put them on screen from dark to light. I've got dark sepia, I've got red violet, then we're going to go into our sort of orangey colours. So I've got Venetian red, I've got sanguine, dark Naples yellow, Naples yellow, and then cream. So quite a lot, but we might need to be able to vary them up, so we'll be able to have different combinations. So I think if we start with this little fan leaf down here, because that's quite a big section, and we're going to go in with our cream, and I'm going to put that down. Like so. Like this. We're going to have to be careful because I've done the dark first. Be careful that I don't drag colours in. Okay, so that's cream. I need to keep these in order because you know what I'm like. Then we're going to go in with... I'm just trying to think how we're going to do this. Do I want them all going? No, I think we're going to do it this way. So if we start with this one, going in with Naples yellow. And I think I'm going to make one edge dark and one edge light. Just because. So I'm going to go in with my Naples yellow, leaving that cream edge. I'll go back in and just reinforce that cream edge. There we go. And our Naples yellow. So that's a good transition colour there. Okay, and then we're going to have dark Naples yellow. So what we're going to do is go in each time but come out a little less further. 1 second. Sorry, it's my lovely husband asking me if I want tea. And then we're going to go in with our sanguine. So we're going to move from the yellows to the orangey reds now. Sorry, that was a big sigh, wasn't it? I'm just going back with my colours just to make sure I don't lose them. And then we can build in the other colours. There we go. So that was sanguine again. And then we've got Venetian red. And then we've got a last colour. So that's our Venetian red. And then our last colour is our deepest colour, which is the red violet. So I'm going to go in round here. I'm going to make sure I get enough of that in. We can go back with our other colours in a minute. Venetian red and then dark sepia. So we're going to have quite a contrast, but it's going to look awesome. So they're going to look, now I've put it down, they're going to look almost autumny leaves, aren't they? And then we'll go back through our colours. So going back to the Venetian red now. And then sanguine, I do believe. Yep, sanguine. Okay. Dark Naples yellow. And then Naples yellow. And that's just to help us bring it into the cream there. So we get a very deep contrast between the dark and the light, and I love it. I think it's going to look beautiful. So I might bring you in a little closer. And let's do another one. I hope that doesn't go blurry. So we've got our cream base, and we're going to work back through. So this is going to be our light side. So we're going to do the light next to where the darkest bit is on each of these. So I'm going to work back through the colours. And I am doing it layering over each other this time, because it will change the shade that we finally get. You get a very different colour if we just put those colours straight down on the page. So it will change those colours. So I'm just going back in. That's the Naples yellow. Just going back in with that. Make sure, like I did to start with, that I don't lose that light highlight. Okay, then sanguine. And we'll just come out like we did before, just leaving a little edge of the last colour. And enough to put in our dark tones. And then we'll go back in. Yeah, you can see. Okay. And then this is our red violet. Go in and get that colour in. So if you put that down, red violet, if I could get here, no, that's a very different shade to what we're getting here. And that's because we've got all those other colours underneath. What have I just flipped? That was not sensible. That was a Polychromos I've just flicked on my hard floor. Not good. So that was that. And then we have add the dark sepia in there, which really deepens that up. And then we'll go back in with our red violet. And that's where we can extend those colours out now if we need to. Like we needed a little bit more of the dark there. And then we can bring them out. So just providing we leave that space for the highlight, we'll get that beautiful contrast between that very dark and that very light. And I think, can you see how that is changing that colour now? Because I've put that dark Naples yellow over it. So I'm not going back over the dark colours because I want them to stay dark. But as you layer Polychromos up, and lots of other pencils, get a very different tone. And then our cream. Isn't that cool? Doesn't it look good with that blue? The colour wheel does not lie to us. Okay, then we've got... let's do... I want to get the big ones done so that they make sense. So we've got a lot of these. So let's do these. I'm going to turn my book round. And I'm going to coat it with cream. We're going to use the same colours for this. Nothing different. It's just the way we colour it. Okay. So I'm going to have, this side is going to be very dark because it's under that leaf, and I'm going to make this side lighter. So, let's see. So if that's dark, this bit's going to be light. So we're going to go in with our Naples yellow, and we'll start building those colours up. And we're going to leave down to that edge, down to that vein in the centre, we're going to leave that cream at the minute. So we need to make sure that we've left that. Just bringing those edges like that. So we get a rounded shape to our leaf instead of just flat. Then our dark Naples yellow. Start pulling that out. Sanguine. We haven't got a lot of space to play with, but it'll work. Sanguine. Okay. Just going to be a little bit more careful. And as we did before, I'm going back in with that dark Naples yellow. I'm going to bring that out, making sure that I don't completely obliterate that cream. Put them back in order. Then our Venetian red. And then we've just got our final colour, so we can fit it in. It might be a little tricky with the smaller ones, so we're going to have to do those a bit different, for sure. Okay, and then our dark colour, which is our beautiful red violet, which gives us that really rich dark tone. And we're just going to go round that leaf with that. And then dark sepia. And then we're going to go back. We can work backwards now. Here we go. Red violet. Venetian red. And it's at this point we can, like I said, we can bring them out now because we know what space we've got left. So we can start to bring them out. Excuse me. Sanguine. And then our Naples yellows. You see how it changes that sanguine colour? Very clever. That fascinates me. I'm sorry if that makes me a little sad, but it does fascinate me, this mixing colours even with pencils. And then our cream. There we go. Oh, excuse me. Now, I'm going to reverse that now. So what I'm going to do is make this, up this centre, dark. So let's do it. Let's just go in with our dark. So I'm going to go in with red violet. No, I'm not, because of the colours. We'll do it as we have been doing it. So cream. I want to make sure that the colours mix properly. So I'm not going to change my technique. That'd be foolish to do that now. Dark Naples yellow. Sorry, that was Naples yellow. This is dark Naples yellow. Sanguine. Okay. Venetian red. Red violet. I'm just kind of bringing it around there, just to sort of give the leaf some shape, movement, I suppose. And now we're going to go back in. I'm going to work my way back. So I'm going back in now with that Venetian red. I'll darken it up in a minute with the sepia. Venetian red. Sanguine. And our Naples yellows. You see that lift? It's just, yeah, it fascinates me. It's absolutely fascinating. You can see that colouring is my life, can't you, folks? Then a little bit of cream in there. Lift that up. And then we can go in with our, let's go in with our dark sepia. Put that down the centre. Just lightly. On that edge, maybe. Bit at the tip of the leaf, maybe. And then go over that with our red violet. There. Okay, and we can just smush with our cream. Just make sure everything's blended. There we go. Isn't that cool? So I think that's how I'm going to do those leaves. Now this big one, we'll do it this way. So cream, let's base the cream. Okay, and then we'll work through our colours. So what I'm going to do is Naples yellow here, and I'm just going to bring them down. So I'm going to make this bit dark. This is our Naples yellow. I'm going to bring it down to like a point so that we get to keep our cream, but we keep that V shape at the bottom. Then dark Naples yellow. There we go. Sanguine. Just softening those edges. We will blend it better than this, obviously. And then Venetian red. I think we're probably going to bring those darks down further than our red violet. Maybe just do that round the shape of that leaf. I think that would make more sense. Like that. Okay, and then back. So, Venetian red. And let's pull that down, that side, a little bit. So there's our Venetian red. And then our sanguine. So instead of having that V, let's just pull those colours down a bit. There we go. Dark Naples yellow. Naples yellow. And then in with our cream. We can lighten those up. Lighten the bottom up there. And then let's go back in with our red violet. Let's put that in there. Let's get that dark. And then our dark sepia. And then that will work when we put the shadow on this one, because that will be light up here. So that will work really well. Back in with our Venetian red. And then just gonna back over with our darker colours. Just to ensure they're blended out nicely. There we are. Now do you see why I was saying it takes me a long time to do Jiohanna pages? But I wanted to do this one justice because they're dragons. Everybody loves a dragon. I think this is going to look stunning. Look at those colours together. Isn't that gorgeous? Oops, needs a bit of a blend there. Okay. Right, what else have we got? His ears. Let's do his ears in the same way. So the inside of his ears in cream. And we'll come from the bottom dark up to the outside. So Naples yellow. Just want to make sure you can see. Naples yellow. We'll bring that up and leave the tip light there. Dark Naples yellow. Same order. Only we're going from light to dark in this case. I don't need to keep telling you the pencil's probably driving you mental. We'll put that in. Did I do that one? See, this is what happens. If I don't have them in order, my brain doesn't work it out. I'm a bit special like that. I have all these special traits, you see. Okay, now we'll work our way backwards. It's what makes me me, folks. There we go. And a bit of cream. So cute. It's gonna look amazing. I'm so glad I experimented and tried. I really like it. Love the colours together. So, put that cream in. Yeah, I love it. It's going to look... I'll need a bit of sanguine in there, just to help that blend. Can't be doing with those janky edges. There we go. That's better. Just a few seconds more blending makes all the difference. There we go. Right, what I'm going to do is... So the other ear will be done the same as that. We're going to do his tail in the same. So cream. And then I think I'm going to make it... I think we'll do... Got them all in the wrong order, my pencils. I think we'll do... let's do... I don't know. Let's do... I think we'll do dark to light, actually. So we'll do... Put our colours in and leave the tip there. It's a very tiny space, but let's just see if we can do it. If not, we just won't put all the colours in. But I think we will. I think it'll work if we're careful. Yes, you can see. On the sides there. As usual, I'll have to go in and erase stuff because I've gone out the line, as usual. Let's go in there, like that. Oh, thank you. Thanks very much. Nice hot cup of tea. Oh, lovely. Keep my throat going. And my tongue. There we go. Go back in that really dark. Put that, our darkest colour, right at the tip there. And then I'm just going to erase that because it's driving me mad. I don't know about you. There, just where I've gone out the line. Red violet. And then back through. There we go. And then there, I'm going to stop there, which is our dark Naples yellow, actually. I think that looks cool. So his tail's darker. There we go. What do you think, folks? Let's come out so you can see properly. So, let's have a look. We've got that leaf. I'm going to do all three of those the same. And we've got to finish that leaf. So, any leaves that look like that, we're going to do the same. So, all down there, actually, those ones. And that one. We've got to finish this one. And, okay, so I will go off and do those because it's just going to be very repetitive. The same kind of thing on those leaves. And then we'll come back and look at the leaves that we've got left at that point and see how we can incorporate these colours or maybe change the combination up. We'll see. All right, folks, give me a second and I'll be back. Right, so I've got this far. I've done all the leaves we said about, and I absolutely love it. I think it looks gorgeous. So I'm not going to change too much about it. I'm going to finish Excuse me, I'm really breathless. I'm going to finish some of the bigger leaves with the pencils we've got. And then I'm going to bring in, I've got a couple of Link Shine pens here. I don't know if they have the name on them. They're the Link, this is Link Shine Glitter. It says orange. I think that says orange, does it? Yeah, orange. And then this one is, this is the Zebra Doodler Glitter. And this must be a gold, I think, but it's sort of very yellow. So, sorry, could you see those? So, Link Shine and a Zebra. We're going to use those. So, I'm going to do the horns. They're going to be in the orangey colours. So, I'm going to go in with our cream. The usual combo, but I'm just showing you. I didn't want to go off and just sort of do it and say, oh, do it in the same way. So, we're going to work through our colours. Bring that up a bit further. And then it's the weekend. So what I think I'm going to do, I'm just going to go back in with that one, is finish this with you. And then I'll come back another day over the weekend and we'll do the other dragon together, if you want to, if you want to see it. Or you could just use these colours and turn it round. But the top one I think is a little bit more involved than this one. It's got a little bit more going on. So just make sure that that's dark there. And then we'll go back in. So I think we'll need another video, otherwise it'll be another 2-hour long video. And I don't realise when I'm sitting here and doing it, and I just sort of do all these clips and then I put it together at the end and then put the colours on the screen on the editing suite. I don't realise how long it is. So I think we'll stick to one dragon at a time. There we go. Right, and I want his nostril as well. I want his nostril dark, so I'm going to go in. It's almost flame colour. I hadn't intended it to be like that. I intended the colour, but I hadn't thought about it looking like flame colour for a dragon. So these are my two darkest colours. So that was Red Violet and Venetian Red, and I'm going in with a bit of Sanguine there. And then the dark Sapphire at the bottom. Let's keep it really dark in his nose. Okay, we could put a little bit of cream in there just to lighten that edge. There we go. Alright, so that's those. These leaves I'm going to do, I'm going to leave all the little ones and do them with glitter gel pen. I think we can get away with that. These ones I'm going to do in the same. Let's try and squeeze them in, but I'm going to do, what I'm going to do is dark to light because they're very little. I'm going to do dark at the top. Can you see? Yeah, dark at the top. And then we're going to start working our way down. There's no way I don't think, get all those colours in the way we've done those leaves, for example. And it's good to have a little bit of change up anyway. There we go. A little bit of cream. So that's how I'm going to do those. And then let's have a go. Where can we go that's a bit inconspicuous? Let's try. I'm going to try blending these. So we'll keep that orangey look. Let's come in a little bit. We'll keep the orangey look, but I'm going to try one down here. If it doesn't work, I'll go over with a Thule art pen. So I'm going in with the orange, like that, and then straight away the gold colour. We should see the difference when that dries. Let's leave the lids off. Can you see? Yeah, so I'm going in at the top, bring it down the side a little bit, and then go in with the gold. So we keep a consistent colour theme, but we're going to have a little bit of sparkle. And because they're so teeny tiny, it's just going to make my life a whole lot easier. So, and it's nice to have a little bit of sparkle. He's a dragon. He can have sparkly bits. There we go. That's such good fun, blending gel pens. I love it. And these are really good. Both these brands, Zebra and Link Shine, both really good brands. I've had them for ages. I keep them stored upright so that the ink stays in the bottom of the nib. And I haven't had a problem with them at all. They're very, very good pens, and they're cheap. Just finish those so that they dry and I can go back to my colouring. So all the little leaves I'm going to do like that. So that they'll so that he's consistent. But when I tip it into the light, we're going to have, of course it's not going to show up, is it? I don't know if you can even pick that up, but we'll have a little bit of glitter. They're not uber shiny, but they're good. They're nice to mix up. So I'm going to go off and I'm going to do all these leaves from top, dark from the top to light at the bottom. These ones and those ones, sorry. We'll do those ones. And then the rest, oh, and a few on his tail there, those little few. The rest will be gel pen, which I'll come back and finish off with you. So I didn't want to carry on and just say, oh, that's how I did it. I just wanted to come back on quickly and show you. So, and then I'm just going to put a little bit of shadow under his feet and not worry about background. So I will meet you back in a second. Okay, got carried away, got too excited with my blending. So I'm back now. I've finished the leaves and I'm just coming in with my gel pens so that we can finish this page together. I'm thrilled to bits with how it's turning out. And so I'm just going to finish this with you. And then the last little bit that I want to do is I'm going to put a little bit of Payne's Grey under his feet, just for a bit of shadow. And then I'm going to take a Thule art pen, I think, and make his underbelly much lighter. Just highlight it. What do you think to him? I think he's gorgeous. I love it. So I'm just trying to make sure that I don't smudge anything, because as usual, I've worked the wrong way round. So if you're right-handed, do from left to right. If you're left-handed, the opposite way round. Not like me. And then you won't smudge. Don't they blend good for cheap gel pens? They're not as shiny, obviously, as, say, my incredible jelly roll. We do love a jelly roll, folks. But I think I did say I was going to colour those in pencil, but I'm quite happy for them to have a little bit of shine. Why not? Okay. Just going with a little bit of more orange there. Isn't that cool? Okay, I'm going to leave his teeth white. And let's see, let's just do some orange in here, brighten this bit up. And those little bits. Just some plain orange, I think. And these longer ones, maybe these wider ones, we can blend. Have the underneath orange. Yeah, I really like it. I think it looks amazing. I've really enjoyed the sticking to those two colours. Now what I'm going to do is obviously build that up. But really enjoyed sort of playing with the colour wheel. And my beautiful friend Kevin has given me the website for some colour combinations which I will share with you when we come back. It's a great website, it's very cheap, but it's got all sorts of colour combinations in it and it's really cool. He's found that out for me. He's also given me the link to his beautiful Alice compilation picture that he made for me, and I'll share that with you at the end of the month's pages. So if you want to colour that page that Kevin put together for me, you can do. You just have to download it and print it off. Isn't that lovely? So I'm just gonna, here we go. I think I've done everything there. Put the lids on those. So now it's drying. I hope you can see like the difference between the colours. It's subtle, but I didn't want it. I love it. I just absolutely love it. So I'm going to take a bit of the, make sure I've got the right one, Payne's Grey, for tonight anyway at least. And I'm just going to put a little bit of shadow underneath. And then if I want to add something, like, I don't know if I was thinking about maybe adding some, maybe copying some of Joanna's other designs and putting it in there. I'm not sure. We'll see. But at the moment, I'm just happy to keep him quite simple and let those beautiful colours shine through. So, I mean, I was thinking about adding some cobblestones or something like that, but sometimes less is more, folks. And then I'm going to go in with my dark sepia. Okay. There we go. Got just a little bit of shadow going on. Okay. So then I've got the Earth and Skin Tone set. This is the Pro Colour series by Tuli Art. They're absolutely incredible pens. These are the fine ones. And I've got this set in the medium nib as well. And they're also brilliant. But, so I've got two colours. And I've got number 7, which is Burnt Umber. Sorry, I do apologise. Getting carried away. Burnt Umber. And then I've got 33, which is Morning Sky. And I'm going to use those two. So, give them a good shake. I'm just going to test they're both running. Yeah, beautiful. So this is, like I say, dark umber. And I'm just going to, let's see, I'm just going to take out the black line and replace it with dark umber. Now, probably won't look that much different, but honestly, it really does make a difference. I think, anyway. I'm really enjoying using these because I've got my beautiful Artex ones and the other ones that people have sent me for review, but I love these because they're plastic nibbed, and you can get a really fine line with them. Whereas the other brush tip ones is much more difficult for me anyway to manage. So I'm just going to come up this side as well. Again, I've done it. I should have worked from his tail round, but I didn't. So be very careful here. Can you see? Yeah, well, I'm only outlining. Literally just taking that black, replacing the black line with this dark umber. There we go. Okay. And then I'm going to take this number 33, what colour did I say that was? Morning Sky. It's an absolutely gorgeous colour. I love it. And we're going to go round here where we've left this light. And this will make a big difference. So this will really accentuate the fact that we've left that highlight in there. Look at that. And it really sort of makes that pale bit really pop out of the page, doesn't it? Isn't that funny? Just by adding a line. If you've gone too heavy-handed, like I do most of the time, you can just go back over when it's dry and touch it up, which I shall do with the Polychromos and just show you quickly. I've made a right mess. I've got all sorts of bits and blobs going on. But boy, I've had fun. I've really enjoyed this. And I know you're going to say, Lucy, you could have moved the other way around to do it so that you can see your lines, but because I shake, I have to have some support in my hand, so I have to rest it on the desk. There we go. I love it. We'll do this bit here. This is why I love these pens. These last few touches just really lifts the page, I think, anyway. So I have been collecting them because they've got all sorts of colours. The earth set's brilliant. It's got a lot of colours in it, but they've got blues, greens, pinks, yellows, browns, skin tones. And that's, you know, it's amazing to have. I mean, Posca are brilliant, aren't they? But it's amazing to have all these tones at your, or hues, should I say, at your disposal. And like I say, we can just touch up, like I've gone wobbly there. I can just touch up with, when they're dry, with my Polychromos, any bits that I've gone too heavy-handed with, and it will, it will just camouflage completely. There. Okay, and then I want a little bit on his snout at the top here, because we left the top of his head quite light, didn't we? Anywhere else? I think that's about it. Don't want to overdo him. Throwing the lid on the floor now. Okay, let's add, just going to add a little bit of ivory down here to this shadowing, so that blends out a little bit while I wait for the paint pen to dry. Then I'm going to take, where did we first start? Down here, was it? Yeah, then I'm just going to take my lightest blue, and just where I've gone a little heavy-handed, I'm just going to lightly go over it, like there. And I just colour over that, and away it goes. And I did a bit on his tail too, didn't I? Yeah, can you see? I had a wobbly bit here, and off it's gone. There we go. Give that a little brush. There. And I'm going to leave his teeth white. I'm playing and I'm messing and I shouldn't. So, that's our first dragon. So we've now got the second dragon to do, which I'm going to come back and do with you. I'm going to come back in so I leave you in with a shot of our lovely dragon. And I'm going to do the same, but with a different combination. So maybe, I don't know, we've got, what have we got? Purple and green. I wanted to steer away really from green for our dragon, but we've got all sorts to play with here. We've got yellow and purple. I don't know. I'll have a think, but I'll come back over the weekend and we'll have a go at dragon number 2. So I hope you've enjoyed it. Like I say, my apologies for being AWOL for a bit again. It'll take me a while to get back to being at work, but I've thoroughly enjoyed spending time with you. I hope you've had fun. If you colour along, like I always say, please share it with me. It absolutely makes my year when somebody messages me and says, Lucy, I did this, or I see it on Instagram that you've followed along. I love it. It makes me feel so good and useful to people, if you know what I mean. So anyway, I'll let you go. And until we meet again over the weekend, take really good care of yourselves and I'll see you very soon. Night, night.